And welcome back. Well, we've all had those mornings where you wake up in a fog like today, feeling like you haven't slept at all, right? Sadly, 1 in 10 experience this daily because they suffer from a disease that can have long term side effects. That's right, 80% of people with moderate or obstructive sleep apnea go undiagnosed. So, last Friday, we asked our Facebook fans what they want to know about the diagnosis process. So, it's our continuing series, Sleep Well, Breathe Well with Advent. And Dr. Madan Kandula joins us to answer some of the questions that you asked. We're so excited to have you here. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. And I've got to say, this is such a great topic because I know so many sleep apnea sufferers they're frustrated with their treatment options and they just give up. So I want to start with our first question from Facebook. And so you can kind of start there. It's, what are signs that I could have sleep apnea?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, the most common sort of sign or symptom of sleep apnea is snoring. So if you're snoring when you go to bed at night, you certainly may have sleep apnea. If you're feeling tired when you wake up in the morning or tired throughout the day, that's a very, very common sign and symptom. And there are other healthcare issues that can relate back to sleep apnea. So if you snore and you have high blood pressure, if you snore and you have heart disease, you basically have sleep apnea unless proven otherwise. But a lot of times that doesn't come to the top of the food chain when people are talking to you. But I think snoring and fatigue are the most common issues that go hand in hand with sleep apnea.
That's fascinating. Another person asked, so I want to move on because I think this piggybacks really nicely. They said, if I snore, does it mean I have sleep apnea?
It doesn't. So this is where it gets a little tricky. If you snore, it doesn't definitively mean that you have sleep apnea. If you snore, it definitively means that your throat is too tight for your body. So the sound is coming from the back of your throat. So that's where the sound is coming from. So if somebody has sleep apnea, they snore, and then it goes all the way to the extreme where it shuts down and they stop breathing. Most folks who have sleep apnea, they don't necessarily know that something's happening that way. So it sounds dramatic when I describe it. Oh, you're snoring and then you stop breathing. And isn't that obvious? It's usually not that obvious for many folks. Sometimes it is. So that's where it gets a little tricky. I think if you're snoring on a consistent basis, then your body is basically crying out and asking you to do something about it. And there are simple ways to figure it out if you have sleep apnea or not.
That's going to resonate with many people. This next question, I think, will also resonate. And I was given a CPAP 20 years ago. Are there other options available? Because I think a lot of people don't like their CPAPs.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and so yes, the short answer is yeah. There are multiple options available for folks who have sleep apnea. A CPAP machine is one of those options. There are oral appliances, which are like retainers that you can wear when you're sleeping at night. Those tend to work really well for a lot of folks. And then some folks are candidates for surgeries or procedures in the back of the throat to help to get things open back there. So those are sort of three very, very common, very applicable options for sleep apnea. All of those options, whether it's a CPAP machine or an oral appliance or procedures in the throat, they all require a nose that works. And unfortunately, most folks who have sleep apnea don't have those noses that work optimally either.
Okay, the next one, is there a simpler way to do a sleep study instead of going into a facility?
Yes, there is. And in fact, most folks would benefit from a home sleep study. So a home sleep study is a sleep study that you can do in the comfort of your own bed. You don't have to go to a sleep center. You don't have to do any of those things that you used to have to do 5 or 10 years ago. And the data that comes out of the home sleep studies are very, very accurate, very consistent with an in-lab study. And so I think if you're having concerns that, oh, I'm going to go in, I'm going to have to go to the sleep lab to get this diagnosed, you don't. It's very, very rare these days where somebody actually has to go to a sleep lab to diagnose sleep apnea, which is a good thing.
That is a good thing because people are afraid they won't really sleep and, just because they're in an awkward and weird situation hooked up to things. So I love that. The last one here is, who should I go to in order to get a reliable diagnosis for sleep apnea?
Yeah, I would say someone who can give you all the options is my simple answer, because I think the challenge for many folks who suffer, or they suffer from these issues, or they think they may suffer, is there's a big reluctance to go to seek treatment because most of the time you're going into a place that has one option for you. So if you go to a sleep lab, the option is going to be a CPAP machine. If you go to a dentist that deals with sleep apnea, you're going to get an oral appliance. And so that while if you get lucky lucky, that can be right. But you really, I would say the short answer is somebody who specializes in these issues and somebody who can really offer all the options that are out there. The reality for folks who have sleep apnea, it's a throat issue 100% of the time. And so I think that with clarity is something that's important when you're seeking out care.
This is a random question from me, but I think a lot of people, when you talk about the throat, it being either anatomically or maybe it's weight or whatever it is, right?
Mhm.
That's too small. If somebody has issues, even taking medications or things like that, where their throat is an issue, could that also be something that's an indicator that maybe there's somebody who has too small of a throat air passage?
Yeah, I mean, there are other subtle signs. I mean, so if you're snoring when you're sleeping at night, your throat is too tight. I think if you, for instance, if you go to the dentist and have a hard time with them working with your mouth open, your throat is too
Mm.
tight and or your nose is too tight. Yeah, if you have trouble swallowing, there could be other issues going on. So obviously, you want to get this stuff checked out. But I would say certainly, snoring is one sign that something's not right. There are other signs that can come into play, and it's a really common issue. As you described at the open, this is a really common issue. Most people who have this issue aren't getting treated, and the ramifications of that are massive throughout society. So it's one of those things where having that on your radar screen, doing something about it. It's so easy to do something about it these days and seek treatment and get effective treatment that there's really no excuse not to.
I agree. So whether it's your partner or you know that you're snoring, whatever it is, I mean, you don't need a referral. So it's great. Thanks for joining us, doctor. It was good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And you can go to adventknows.com to schedule online. It's just 60 seconds. It's super simple. Most insurances are accepted. And like I said, there's no referral required. Advent has locations in Wauwatosa, Mequon, Oconomowoc, Oak Creek, and Pleasant Prairie. And then they also have offices now in Appleton and Illinois as well. So here we go. Give them a call.